My name is Rachel Pino, and I'm going to talk to you about my research project. I'm going to talk about some of the issues I might face during the research process. Just a little background, I am focusing on how to best prepare Generation 1.5 students for their first year of English composition. These students are students that are English learners, but who have gone to school either some or all in the U.S., and so they are familiar with U.S. culture and often can speak fairly fluently, at least in conversational English, but their academic English might still need to be developed, and so sometimes they score lower on placement tests, and before they enroll in college level English, they have to take some courses to build their skills. So basically, the problem is whether or not they are best served by English as a second language or English for academic purposes classes, which I will call ESL, EAP classes, or remedial classes. So my research questions basically center around which of these types of classes best suit their needs and also best prepare them for their first year of English composition. My research design is basically where I list the needs of these students that will be identified with a literature review, and also the outcomes expected of students in their first year of English composition, and that is already identified by the Council on Writing Program Administrators. And once I have this outlined, then I will analyze both work samples from students in ESL, EAP, and in remedial classes, and I will analyze syllabi from these types of classes, and I will see if which types of these classes are best addressing their needs and best addressing the outcomes. Some of the issues I might encounter would be incompatible data. For example, when I analyze work samples from these students, my data will probably be very descriptive, but when I analyze the syllabi, it will be in a list format, so this could be a little bit difficult to present. Some ways I can address that would be to either only present the data from the method that is best developed. Another thing I could do would be to use tables or matrix to present the data together, so that way the reader can visually see how each of these data sets are compared. Another issue I have might be my sampling. It's possible that I could sample one population from with my work samples and another population with the syllabi. So if the work samples aren't coming from the people taking the classes that I am analyzing, then I'm basically going to be analyzing two different population samples. But one way I can avoid this would be to first look at the writing samples that I have, and then identify a subset of that and locate the syllabi just from those classes. That way I'm working with the same population with both the syllabi and with the work sample. My final issue might be statistical expertise, basically, because I have not taken statistics for a very long time. I do not have access to tools that can help me analyze the information statistically, so I would not be able to provide that kind of data. Some things that I could do would be to join up with somebody who has access to those types of tools and who has more expertise. And also, I could save that type of interpretation for a different study. So in conclusion, my research is focusing on how to best prepare Generation 1.5 students for their first year of college composition. And also, I'm going to be looking at whether or not remedial classes or ESL EAP classes are the best fit by looking both at work samples and at syllabi.